What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with another episode of Moesha, Season 1, Episode 416. Let me tell y'all what's been happening. As I'm recording and, looking at the seasons, I'm realizing, I guess, on Paramount, I'm sorry, y'all. On Paramount, it's not giving the right episodes like it needs to. Like, I don't know, it's not, like they have the wrong title with a certain episode. So I want to say the episode 5 that I'm getting ready after I do episode 4, it's technically, I guess, supposed to be episode 9, but it fell under episode 5, but whatever. We're just gonna make it do what it do, because they just threw this all together, all loud and wrong. Hold on. All right, y'all already know Moesha always starts up with her narration. She's talking about her birthday party. Meanwhile, Frank is outside standing in the door looking creepy, watching Moesha dance with some boy. So this is what Bernie Mac, y'all remember Bernie Mac came in. And I thought he came in a later season, but I guess he came in season 1 also. Bernie Mac is played. His name is Bernie, Uncle Bernie. That's Frank's brother, and he outside jamming, but not Bernie gawking at these young little 16, 15-year-old girls. Sir, sit your old dusty down. Anyway, rest in peace to my boy, because I love him, of course. But I'm just saying, sir, sit down. So Frank, we have changed Frank's name to Flat Top. Okay? Moving forward, Frank will be Flat Top. I seen some decency. Okay? I seen some decency. But Flat Top gonna be Flat Top. So Flat Top is trying to interfere with Moesha talking to this boy. He was about to go over there and talk to them. D came and intercepted that. Good job, D. Thank God. Miles downstairs. He's supposed. Okay, so Miles is on the step listening to Moesha and homeboy conversation, and Moesha was like, "Go to bed." How can he go to bed with all this music and the whole party down here with a whole lot of people? And why y'all? He got on PJs. Of course, y'all sending him to bed while Moesha have her party. That makes no sense. If you wanted to, you could have put her party somewhere else. I guess you got to make it make sense to me. So Frank did promise. He was outside talking to Bernie. Promised Moesha that she can date. And now, I'm sorry, I keep calling him Frank. Flat Top wants to renege. Flat Top, please. Okay? Let that girl go on a date. Okay? This is how you create sneaking. So Bernie started talking about birth control pills, and Frank said Pop wasn't no Bill Cosby. I was like, oh. And Bernie said Cosby was a punk. Child. So y'all did know about Bill Cosby back then. Okay. America's dad, huh? Okay. So Miles is in his PJs. When I tell y'all Miles was, I'm sorry y'all, my noobs. When I tell y'all Miles was hyping up the party, okay, he had the crowd going. It was like, go Miles, go Miles. So Moesha came outside to tell him come get Miles and send him back upstairs. I'm sorry, I lied, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Y'all gonna get that every time. Every time. So they send Miles. Look, because we ain't forget that Miles nasty ass only take a bath on Saturdays. Okay, so they say Miles upstairs. So Moesha, I'm gonna call that girl Regina. I'm gonna call her Regina because that's why we know her and the Parkers. So Moesha, Regina, Kim, and Niecy are in the kitchen. So we see Ohaji fake ass, woke ass, hotep ass coming in the door. So Moesha was like, what is he doing here? And Kim was like, I can't believe I can't believe he would show up after he played you. So Regina asked, what did he do? So Kim said, he dogged Mo out like a can of Alpo. I was like, my Lord. Girl, Kim, be quiet. But then we find out Kim was the one that invited him. Girl, why would you do that? You know, and now I will say this. Kim and Niecy sometimes showed up as some trash friends. We got to talk about that too. Because why would you invite him knowing he dogged that girl out? And then, okay, this was another pick-me moment that they had for Kim. So Kim was like, you know, you hearing my girl Porty, you know, just going off on Ohaji again. You was the one who invited him. Stop. So Ohaji was like, you want to ask Kim to dance? She was like, okay. And she just ran to the dance floor. Again, you're a terrible, you can be a terrible friend too sometimes, Kim. It's almost like what's her name? And her friend Penny Proud and Dejanay, whatever her name is, Dejanay, whatever, that little girl was not a good friend of Penny. Okay? Anyway, I'm sorry. So Moesha asked Hakeem in the next scene. They went down to the den. Moesha asked Hakeem why won't the boys date her. He told her Frank scared all the boys at the party and she too smart and high maintenance. And I was like, Hakeem, please, with your broke ass. What is wrong with Moesha being Moesha? So y'all want her to come down to y'all level because y'all don't have the bandwidth or whatever to come up to her level. Make it make sense to me. Okay, that's the one thing I will say about my Moesha. She had some high standards, and I wasn't mad at that. Unlike Kim, who just accepted whatever nilly willy came her way, and I ain't like that. Okay, so fake ass, woke ass, hotep ass Ohaji still trying to get at Moesha, talking about we can all go to the movies, and she was like no, and he was like, this ain't no date. I just wanted to hang out with you. No, you want to date her. You want to date her, but you too stupid and childish to say, hey, I messed up. I really want to date you. You just whatever. So Flat Top and his aggravating is in Moesha from reading that girl diary. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not it. I got ahead of myself. So Flat Top is sitting in the living room with Dee and Miles. And she walked downstairs. He looked at her, and this is what I'm talking about. The shaming. You shamed her because she didn't do anything. He was like, well, where you going with that dress on? Like you picking a fight with her. And she was like, what's wrong with this dress? I'm just going to hang out with some friends. Which that's all she was doing. She really was just going to hang out with her friends. He tried to make it seem like she was going on a date because he don't trust her. Why? Because he done some shady stuff. Let's be clear. He didn't mess around, had Dorian. I want to say he had Dorian at a young age or whatever. I don't know. No, because he had Moesha first. He had Dorian. Okay? And he had Dorian. But you don't trust her. I guess, Frank. So, she was like, what's wrong with my dress? You and D purchased this dress for my birthday. I don't know. Frank get on my nerves. The bottom line is Frank is pissed off because he don't want her to date. And you can't tell her no because guess what you gonna create? You've already created a problem, but you gonna create an even bigger problem. So Moesha, well, we find out Moesha had condoms in her bag. Kim gave it to her. Dee saw them because she pulled them out to Dee. Dee was like, was talking to her about being safe and being careful and having a schmex talk with her. And she was like, Dee, I know what I'm doing. She was like, are you a virgin? Monique. Shout out to my cousin. Moesha was like, no. Was like, yeah, I am. She never done it before. So she do have the things that she need in order to protect herself. And Dee was just very like, oh my God, so it's fine. It's fine. Dee was like, have a good time. And so Dee had the condoms. She took the condoms from Dee. Dee had them gripped tight. You might want to let them go. Okay? If she got them, it's not like she don't use them, but my cousin must be talking about me. Moesha was like, trust me. Okay? And Moesha got her head on straight. Moesha never just gave me, I'm just going to give it up willy-nilly. Now, until we met Q, that was a whole nother story, y'all. So we get to the den. Taylor walked over trying to talk to fake ass, woke ass, hotep ass Ohaji. And he was like, no, I guess they didn't have nothing. He had broke up with her. I don't know what happened between him and Taylor, a.k.a. Melinda. Okay? So, then he asked Moesha after he was like, nah, I'm good. She walked off. And he asked Moesha, hey, can we start dating? And she was like, no. And he gave her birthday gift, which was a dream catcher. And she read what it meant. It catch the good dreams, and I think it let out the bad ones. I want to say, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's the basis of a dream catcher. And so in the next scene, Dee walked in a room to go put something in Mo's room. We see Flat Top reading that girl diary. Sir, why are you invading that girl's privacy? You found out that she snuck around with a boy. Why did she sneak around with a boy, Flat Top? Because you don't trust her. And you're trying to like security guard her. Like, you don't want her to do anything. You're terrible, okay? So Dee tell him, just talk to Moesha. And Flat Top is just being Flat Top. You're being very aggravating and an annoying father at this point. And I will say this. Moesha has done a lot of stuff before because you wasn't paying attention. Because she knew how to play you until Dee came around. So, in the next scene, fake ass, woke ass, hotep ass Ohaji wrote a poem for Moesha called Just for You. And then in his poem, he apologizes to Moesha for dogging her out. He said he was stupid and he was wrong and he would do anything to make it right. And she was like, baby, that don't even rhyme. I guess. So Moesha was like, this is what you do. You try to get me to like you, but you are a dog and you'll end up breaking my heart. You see the emotional awareness and the emotional intelligence Moesha always had? I will say this. Moesha really did have emotional awareness and emotional intelligence to clock a whole lot of stuff. I mean, sometimes she was problematic, but at the same time, it's like, girl, okay, like she clocked them. And it was like, she was like, you a dog. And he was like, sometimes. And she was like, you know what, just take me home. And he gonna say, here you go, you being you. Yeah, let her be her. Because you can't play in her face like you play in them other girls' face. Go play with them. Go play with them. I just don't like that boys get mad because young girls like Moesha have esteem about themselves. That they don't have their self-esteem not in the toilet. And I was never mad at Moesha for that. So Moesha makes it home in the house. Flat Top wanted to talk to her. And I will say this. They had a good conversation. He was like, if you want to talk to me about anything, you can. He was open. He was a safe space for her. And she just asked, why are boys such dogs? And in that moment, you can still see the innocence in Moesha. And you can see that I'm not here to just give away my little girl coochie to these stupid ass little boys. Okay? Trust that. Anyway, Flat Top knows she's a good girl. He found out about her condoms. He didn't trip, and this is where the episode ended. Y'all, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Okay, I will come to y'all with the final episode. I mean, not final. with I want to say it was episode 5. I'll come to y'all with episode 5 shortly. So I will see y'all in the next one.